Tyrone, can you shut that door? Thanks, man. It might lock too, so just wait to see if anyone else comes. You're good. I don't know, it might. Sorry guys, you're far away.
Ahmaad, can you talk about just the 8-0 run that they put on and what kind of impact that had on the game beginning of the second half?
Yeah, a lot of impact. We've been struggling, to start halves, second halves especially. So, they came out and wanted it more than us, and they punched us in the mouth. And I don't think we responded well, as a team, but we just got to get better in that regard. But definitely, they took the momentum and then just ran with it. We kind of folded instead of just rallying around each other. Just trying to work through it, just fight through adversity. But that's just something we got to get better at.
We talked on Thursday about Tyler Hall and how you two can raise each other's game just by being opposite on the court. That first half, did you kind of feel that way? You guys both kind of influenced the game.
Yeah, definitely. He's a real good player, like I told you on Thursday. He got going. He definitely got going in the second half. So he just came ready to play. Led his team, and just all credit to him tonight.
11 for 13 tonight, super efficient. I mean, was it just a case he couldn't miss, or was he doing something that you guys couldn't stop?
He was fired up. Coach always talks about us having a hand at the level of the ball in him, and I feel like we were lacking that. We had our hands down, and it just takes him a quick second to get a shot off, so he was just making the shots.
Yeah, responding to teams kind of like Ahmaad said, punch you guys in the mouth. Something seems like you guys were trying to figure out all year. How do you guys correct that going into the tournament?
That's something we got to do as players. We got to talk about it and figure out what we're doing wrong. Just think we just got to make sure that everyone stays positive, because I think you can tell once when they run, some guys go flat, and I think it kind of just impacts everyone. It's pretty contagious, and something that happens. So it's got to be guys just making sure when they see that, just jump on it and keep everyone up, keep everyone positive, keep everyone together, and try rallying around each other, because every game you're going to play in, both teams are going to go on runs, whether big or small, but both teams are going to go on runs. So just got to fight through that adversity, fight through that, and try to fight against that momentum and try to build the time yourself.
Ahmaad, did they change the way they played you from the first game to this one, or from the first half tonight to the second half?
Yeah, a little bit on the ball screens. When I was coming off screens, the big was kind of staying and helping the guard out a little longer. So I think they were just telling the bigs to just try to contain me in that regard, And also on the brushes, when I'm coming down, they were just kind of having more help in the paint. So they did a good job with that.
Seemed like early on you guys were able to get to the rim with relative ease, like the way you did in the last matchup. But then all of a sudden that kind of went away. Was it just a matter of the way they changed their look, or what else could you add to that?
Our offense got real stagnant. I think we were really running stuff in the second half. So we just got to do better with that, especially when the game was as close as it was. We just got to come out and try to punch them in the mouth. I think we thrive in transition, and we didn't really have a lot of transition points in the second half. We were just playing real slow and soft second half, so it's just on us.
Thank you.
Ready? Yep.
Coach, solid defensive performance from your team in the first half, but they made a big run late in the second half, and that seemed to be the momentum shift. Just talk about that momentum shift and your overall analysis of what happened in the second half to let them run away with it.
Level of intensity. We're flat in the locker room at halftime with a lead, and the staff tried to bring some energy, encourage guys, high five guys, get them going. We were sitting in a good spot. I thought we were defending well. We were getting good shots. They weren't going in. And, I think that's where we lack maturity is our offense affects our defense. And so guys are making shots and they lose their intensity on the defensive end. Tyler Hall made tough shots. And at the end of the day, when the lights come on, the cream rises to the top. And he was phenomenal, and we did a good job of contesting shots. I think what you have to do with him is force him to put it on the floor and go to the rim and bring help late, and we did not do a good job of that. But the way they celebrated at the end of the game shows you how much they wanted it and how much it meant to them. And our lackluster effort in the first 4 minutes of the second half showed that we didn't want it enough.
Is there any concern that this late in the season you're still looking for a team that gets up, can match a level of intensity?
Yes and no. We ask for it, we show signs of it, we do it from time to time. I think some of it, like I said, I'm going to keep saying maturity. I think that we've played to the level of our competition. And nothing against Montana State, they're a good basketball team, but my point is that we've played some really good teams, very close. And so when you look in November and you look at the NC States and the USCs and the Oregons in December, and you see the level that we played at, it shows what we're capable of. But then we've played some teams with losing records and lost or played to their level. And so I think it's maturity. I just think that we have a hard time strapping up our boots.
Where do you think that disconnect comes from?
Youth. To be honest, I think some of it's youth. I think some of it is that we don't have a lot of guys on our team that have won, and they're learning how to win, and they're learning how to win on the floor. We don't have the advantage of having freshmen sit and play 4 or 5 minutes a game, and even have sophomores, backup juniors and seniors that have a ton of experience. And so that's a major issue for us, is that a lot of our talent is in our younger classes, and they haven't quite figured out how to win yet.
You used multiple guys on Tyler earlier in the month, and then used Ahmaad a little more in the second half here. And with Ogine guarding Harold Frey, what was the thinking?
Morehead was on him too as well, it would depend on what we were doing defensively. We went to a special defense that actually was working, and we got about 7 or 8 straight stops. The problem was that the lineup that I had that could actually execute that defense couldn't score. And so we were getting stops, we were going down another end and not getting baskets. And then we gave up a 3 in the corner when Ogine left Frey. And we had him at 6, and we were in that D. And we gave that up, and then we came down and took a bad shot, or missed a shot, and went right back to double figures. We had him when we wanted him. And so I was forced to rotate at that point because we had been in that for a while, for one, and Ahmaad was tired, some of the guys were tired. And then the other thing was that we needed to find a way to put the ball in the basket. And so going small seemed to be our best option to attack the rim. But Ahmaad was the best in terms of denying the ball when we were doing that. And Ahmaad's a good dog, turning and getting into guys and those types of things. And we hoped that Bobby's length would help, but he gave him too much space.
Coach, a lot of success inside early, but then not so much in the second half. What happened?
We missed shots. When the ball went in there, we got fouled a couple times and missed free throws. Our bigs got the ball tight, and we go 1 for 2, 1 for 2. We got in there with our guards, and I think they were trying to play through contact and shoot through contact, and the ball doesn't go in, whistle doesn't blow. I mean, one time Ahmaad's on the floor, and they go down on the floor and bang a 3, or get a 3-point play. It was one time Hall got the M1 on the hand check. We drive baseline and get to the rim, and we staged some shooters, and we had pass up to the top and make the 3, and they called Walter out of bounds. So there were some things that were working for them that weren't working for us in regards to defending penetration, and therefore they got to the free throw line more than us. But I think at the end of the day, we shot 37% in the second half, and there's the difference in the game. We shoot more shots than them. We're 4 to 5 on the offensive glass, so second shots is a big difference. They turn the ball over 12 times to our 8. So the difference is they shoot 53%, 50 from 3. Top Hall was 11 to 13. So kind of hard to beat a team with a guy who missed 2 shots.
And you mentioned that Tyler hit some pretty difficult shots. When you're seeing that and you think you have the defense that's working on him, and he's hitting shots as opposing coach, what is going through your head?
Well, if a guy banks a shot in, that's basically a miss. He banked 2 or 3. So that's good D. I mean, he missed. Shot it long. Would have went in. And that happens. Syracuse comes down, makes a tough shot against Duke, and last shot of the game, guy shoots at the pole. But it goes in. And that's the luck that I always talk about when you do all the right things. You play the right way, you play with the right level of intensity, you give yourself opportunities, some balls go in that probably shouldn't have. And instead of going 9 for 13 and still have a phenomenal game, he goes 11 for 13 by banking a couple threes in. But there were times where we defended him very well. He's got a very high release and it's quick. And it's just a very difficult shot to keep back and getting. And we're small. I mean, we don't have 6'5", 6'6" wings that can move their feet and stay in front of guys. And so the guys that have length can't stay in front, and the guys that can't stay in front are small, and it's been an issue for us, and you've seen it. Sac State, Idaho, tonight, it's a major issue for us, and we're a year away from having that guy.
Rorie had 12 in the first half, still finished with 19, but he said he was off the ball swing in the second half and kind of mixed it up. What did you see? How are they able to swing?
We got shots, you know. He makes 2. I think he had some shots from him out, gets to the rim, some things don't go in. And, you know, if some of those shots go in, maybe he comes back and bangs more, maybe he's more aggressive off the bounce or whatnot. But at the end of the day, he and Jack got some pretty good looks that did not go in. And there's a difference in the game. If the 2 guys who are shooting the best percentages for us from the perimeter don't make shots, it's very difficult to win. And so they did some stuff differently. You know, they shot the gap on some screens. We knew that. And we executed some stuff to take advantage of it. You know, we turned it over early when Mario got hurt. And Ahmaad was wide open in the corner. We just couldn't deliver a pass. And then there were some other times late in the game where we flattened out and we were wide open. We just either didn't get the ball there, one got deflected in front of our bench, or when we did get it there, we missed the shot. So yeah, that's the name of the game, the thing in the orange thing, and keep your opponent from doing it. And they put it in and we didn't.
You thought after Sac State that you guys kind of beat yourselves. Does this loss feel different than that, or is it?
No, they beat us. I'm not saying they beat us. They wanted it. They were physical. They kept us off the offensive glass. I mean, Michael Kinnick is 1 rebound tonight. Now, part of that is he's guarding Hall and he's out at 30 feet. And he's reluctant to leave him because if the ball gets tipped, he can't get back. And so he was staying with him. And that kills us on the glass, too, because he's our leading rebounder. We got our leading rebounder standing out at 30 feet, guarding a guy, makes it very difficult. And then that affects our ability to get in transition. So we had very few opportunities to get Mike the ball in transition in open court for he can do what he does. Therefore, he gets 6 shots. But there's a lot of those types of things that come into play. We lost some games at the free throw line, and I honestly believe that, you know, in January we make those free throws, we win those games, we have momentum, and we don't second guess ourselves. Right now, we're second guessing ourselves when it gets tight because we've let games slip away, and we've got to get lucky. We've got to find a way.
You wanted this team to learn through adversity. Where do you think you guys are in that process?
We've had the ultimate level of adversity. Unfortunately for this team, the adversity keeps piling on, and it doesn't go away. And I think that's the biggest issue for us this year is we've been distracted. We've been distracted for months in a lot of different ways, more ways than I've ever experienced. And I believe that that's why we're not winning right now.
Thanks.